Hello dear students, let's see this question of IIT JEE Advanced 2016. It's question of mutual inductance. Very good question. So let me read the question. The question states a conducting loop in the shape of a right angle isosceles triangle of height 10 cm is kept such that 90-degree vertex is very close to infinitely long conducting wire. See the figure. The wire is electrically insulated from the loop. The hypotenuse of the triangle is parallel to the wire. The current in the triangular loop is counterclockwise direction and increase at a constant rate of 10 ampere per second. So which of the following statements are true? So this is a multiple choice question. So we'll check each options one by one. So first option is saying the magnitude of induced EMF in the wire is mu naught by pi volt. So first of all, let's understand how there can be induced EMF in this wire. It's not a loop, but the thing is that it is an infinite wire. When the size becomes infinite, then shape size doesn't matter. Suppose this wire is, this end is going to infinity, and then that end I can take till other infinity like that, and then after circulating it is coming here. Suppose if there is some current in this wire, and because of that current we want to find the flux here. So the other arm that is going to infinity, that is at infinite separation, so because of that there will not be any magnetic field, so no magnetic flux. So we can think that this is a wire of, this is an infinite loop, this is an infinite wire going till infinity, and then again till infinity is circulating back to come here. So what we are going to find, that we want to find the mutual inductance between this so-called infinite loop and this triangular loop. And the mutual inductance doesn't depend on the current. So I can send current on any loop and we'll find the flux on the other loop, and the ratio will be the mutual inductance. So it will be easy for me to calculate the flux on this loop due to current on this loop. I'll always say this is an infinite loop. The other arm of this loop is coming from infinity. So suppose I've sent this a current I here. For the calculation of mutual inductance, I am sending a current I here, and this is a right isosceles triangle. This side is parallel to this and this 90 degree. So obviously this angle will be 45 degree, and so will be this angle. And now what I want to do, at a distance x from here, I will take a strip like this. This strip is of thickness dx like this. I think this red color is not very much visible, so I am changing the color. So I have taken this strip at a separation x from the wire, and the width of this strip is dx. This is an infinite wire. At any point of this strip or at any point parallel to this wire at a distance x, magnetic field would be B is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi x. And this is x, this is 45 degrees, so this length is also x. So the height of this strip is 2x, width is dx, so its area is 2x dx. And the magnetic field is perpendicular to this rectangular strip, so fluxes will be B into dA, cos theta is cos 0 is 1. So the flux through this strip is B, which is a mu naught I divided by 2 pi x into area, which is twice x into dx, and this twice x and twice x will get cancelled. So overall flux in this triangular loop would be the integration of this thing, and this numerical value I want to put letter. So if I let this distance of this side from this wire to be say a, so the limit of integration will be from 0 to a. So overall flux would be the flux in this triangular loop due to current in this infinite loop, and that would be mu naught I, and dx integration will be mu naught I by pi and dx integration is a. So let me write mu naught a by pi into I, and phi is equal to m into I. So this is actually the mutual inductance of this loop, infinite loop, and this triangular loop. So that is a mu naught a by pi. Now coming to option, the question, it is written that the current in the triangular loop is in counterclockwise direction. So counterclockwise direction mean as I can see it. So suppose this current is now the role of this current is gone. That was only to find the mutual inductance. So I have removed this current, and in the triangular loop this current is I, counterclockwise direction this way, and it is varying. So the rate of change of this I is given to be 10 ampere per second. So because of this current there will be EMF in this, and so induced EMF in this long wire or the so-called infinite loop would be E induced would be, I always write induced EMF with magnitude. Usually it is written as minus m di by dt, that is for the Lenz's law. So that induced EMF is a mod m into di by dt. So m is equal to mu naught a by pi, and this is a 10 ampere per second. A is 10 centimeter, so in MKS unit this is a 0.1. So 0.1 into 10 is a 1. So that would be mu naught by pi, and this is what the answer is. So option A, we have got a correct answer. Now next options. Now what is saying, option B is saying, if the loop is rotated at a constant angular speed about the wire, additional EMF, some additional EMF is induced in the wire. So let's try to understand. Suppose this is the wire. Because of this wire, some magnetic field is something like that. So this magnetic field is just perpendicularly crossing. It doesn't matter for the direction of flux whether it is a square or a triangular. So suppose in place of that I have a this kind of like this. This is a wire, and here is this is the loop. So magnetic field is going into it. If this is rotated something like that, still the magnetic field lines will go perpendicularly into it. So whether it is in this orientation, whether it is in this orientation, or whether it is in this orientation, the same number of lines will cross through this loop. So if we rotate this loop about this wire, so the number of line crossing into this loop will not change. So there will not be any additional flux. The additional flux, there will not be any additional flux, so there will not be any additional EMF. So the option B, which is saying that an additional EMF is induced in the wire, so that option B is incorrect option. Now the option C is saying induced current in the wire is in opposite direction to the current along the hypotenuse. This is the hypotenuse. So now because this I is varying this way, so induced current in this wire, we have to say find the direction. So let's try to do in a more intuitive way. So what will happen, suppose this current is increasing, so its magnetic field will increase. So again consider this imaginary loop. So because of that there is some induced current, and because of this induced current and this current there will be forces. So either this wire will go away or it will go towards it. So this current is increasing. So suppose this wire is coming towards it. So it means the flux will further increase. So what it will, because it is I is increasing, so magnetic field is increasing, so flux is anyway increasing. So now the forces would be such that that increased flux, the increased magnetic field is reduced. So the current in this wire should be such that this wire should go away, or there should be some repulsion, because it will come towards it, the flux will be further increased. So now that is the basic idea. The induced current in this wire would be such that they repel. And there is this pair, these two wire, the current is this way, and here current is this way. So the more pronounced force will be because of these, because these are at closer. And we know that for the two wires, if the currents are in the opposite direction, they repel, and if the currents are in the same direction, they attract. So here current is going like that, so current is going like that, so we can make component, but overall effect is the same, that current here is going like that, and if they have to repel, so this wire current should go like that, only then this wire will be repelled by that. And this current here, this current, this induced current here is in the same direction as in the hypotenuse. So let me read the option again. What is written in option C? The induced current in the wire is in opposite direction to the current along the hypotenuse. That is wrong thing. The induced current in this wire is along the same direction as that of the this hypotenuse wire. So C option is also incorrect. And then the last option, there is a repulsive force between the wire and the loop, that I just discussed, that it requires from the Lenz's law because this current is increasing, so it is sending more and more flux towards that. So the outcome would be such that the movement would be such that its increasing flux is decreased, so that will be only possible it go away, I mean there will be some repulsion. So D is correct answer. So these are the answers, A and D are the correct answers. Thank you.